In my life, I have never seen a rival fan base as rattled as Manchester City are right now. The game was 2 days ago. 2 days ago, Arsenal 5, Manchester City 1, and they're still crying about it. And not only that, even Liverpool fans right now are rattled by Arsenal beating Manchester City. Make sure you go down and drop a like on the video. Make sure you have that subscribe button. Also, this Thursday will be my first watch along on this channel. Tottenham versus Liverpool. I may do tomorrow's game, but I don't think I'm going to have time. Make sure you also get over to Henry Talks Football Extra. It will be pinned in the description and probably in the comments. As soon as that video gets about 150 subscribers, we're going to start uploading on there all sorts of football content as well, and maybe some real life vlogs. But yeah, Manchester City. We need to talk about City because, like I said, in my life, I have never seen a fan base like this. Let me paint the scene for you, right? Arsenal beat City 5-1 at the Emirates. The same Manchester City that have won 4 Premier League titles, a treble, FA Cups, League Cups, Super Cups, Club World Cups. They have won it all in the last 10 years, right? Where this actually started from was at the Etihad in a 2-2 draw. At the end of the game, Manchester City player Erling Haaland said to Arteta, stay humble, and then said to Myles Lewis-Skelly, essentially, who the fuck are you? Why are you talking to me? Right? Man City since then nosedive off a cliff. Spanked by Sporting in the Champions League, bottled a 3-goal lead against Feyenoord. Something like 1 in 12 wins in the Premier League. They start getting back to winning ways. Foden stat pads against Ipswich. They beat, Salford. They go on a really, high scoring games. Comes down to the big game at the Emirates. And for 30 minutes, the game was a little bit of a chess game, trying to figure each other out. From the 60th minute, Manchester City were ripped to shreds and Arsenal beat them 4-1. The reaction from Manchester City fans is obscene. Obscene. I have never seen anything like this in my life. You've got Man City fans coming out there, trying to rip into Arsenal because they won, and because an 18-year-old Myles Lewis-Skelly did the Haaland celebration like that on the floor. I don't hear anyone saying that when Jamie Vardy bags 2 or 3 goals against the team, like he did against Crystal Palace and then do the Brighton celebration, or like he did against Brighton and do the Crystal Palace celebration, or pointing at the Premier League trophy badge when he beat, of course, beat Spurs, or, doing like that when he beat Spurs, as if Leicester have got 1 Premier League, Tottenham don't. I don't hear anyone like ripping Jamie Vardy apart. But because it's an Arsenal player, everyone loses their mind. And this isn't me, twerking for Arsenal. This is just me trying to understand the logic in why City are rattled. I can understand why some City fans are annoyed, but Liverpool, that game made no difference to you because you still beat Bournemouth. A very tough away game in the Premier League where Liverpool went out there and did their job. Liverpool have got 2 massive games coming up. Everton away next Wednesday and Tottenham on Thursday, right? Why do you not care? Focus on yourself. You are Premier League favourites. You are cruising to a league title. But because Arsenal beat Manchester City, I just don't understand the logic behind it. I really, really don't. Arsenal didn't have a great transfer window. They didn't get a player over the line. It's still all in Liverpool's hands. They've got to recuperate a 2-goal deficit against Newcastle. I just don't understand how Liverpool fans are rattled by it. Man City, meanwhile, have dropped out of the top 4. because Chelsea won last night. And they're only 1 point off of 7th. So that they could quite easily drop down a little bit lower. It's a two-horse race in the Premier League. But the reaction from rival fans, I've not seen anything like this in a while. And it seems to be now this rivalry between Manchester City and between Arsenal, it's clearly bothering Manchester City because they used to do to Arsenal what Arsenal did to City at the weekend. You think back to that 4-1 at the Etihad, or that 5-0 at the Etihad, or that 3-1 at the Emirates, or that 1-0 at the Emirates. Now Arsenal have improved a lot and are actually right now 9 points above you. And the fact that Liverpool are 15 points above you, like you lot should be focusing on yourself rather than saying, "Oh yeah, we've won 4 league titles." Well, you're not winning this season, are you? So you can talk about your previous title as much as you want. Great success, but what are you doing this season? You're probably going to get knocked out of the Champions League by Real Madrid. You're not in the League Cup. The FA Cup, you've got Leighton Orient. They could still win that. But I think Manchester City right now are struggling big time, massively. They haven't beaten a big 6 side this season. They lost to Spurs. They lost to United. They lost to Liverpool. They lost to Arsenal. They drew to Chelsea. I tell a lie, they have beaten a big 6 side. They beat Chelsea on the first game of the season. But other than that, their record in big games is not great. They're conceding goals. They've conceded 14 more goals than Liverpool, and they've conceded 13 more goals than Arsenal. They've conceded 4 more goals than Chelsea, 6 more goals than Liverpool, 7 more goals than Bournemouth. So in terms of Man City right now, they need to focus on themselves. They've had a good transfer window, and you would think that they will, that they will get good again. But in terms of the rival fans, it is madness, absolutely madness. It's yeah. I'm just looking at some of the stuff on Twitter right now, and it's yeah. Like things like this. Let me show you guys. Let me just actually bring some of the stuff up, which I'm currently still seeing today. How shameless have you got to be celebrating a Liverpool League title? I can understand this one. I understand they're making a point that Arsenal haven't won anything, etc. But Jesus Christ, what are we doing here? What on earth are we doing? Like, let me know your thoughts down below. Have you ever seen a fan base this rattled in all my life? Because I certainly haven't. We've got a huge week this week. Arsenal versus Newcastle, Liverpool versus Tottenham, and then the FA Cup. Man City have got Leighton Orient. I think Newcastle have got Birmingham. Villa have got Spurs, which is a huge game for us. It's going to be very, very exciting this week. Lots of football coming. But in terms of like this Manchester City Arsenal rivalry that apparently isn't a rivalry. Look, I understand it isn't a rivalry because Arsenal haven't won a league title yet. But clearly there's some hatred between the Man City players towards Arsenal or vice versa. And clearly there's a bit of a hatred in the fan base now, because whenever Arsenal have played Man City in the last 2 years, they haven't really got the right result, have they? 0-0 at the Etihad, 1-0 at the Emirates. This season, 2-2 at the Etihad, 5-1 at the Emirates. It's clearly bothering them. Otherwise, there wouldn't be a meltdown like this online, But it is what it is. Let me know your thoughts down below. Like I said, make sure you do subscribe. We're trying to make a lot more different content, and that channel is going to be more Bournemouth, Newcastle, West Ham, etc., etc. And we'll try and bring some more vlogs and stuff to that channel. Watch Long will be back Thursday. I say back, it will be on the channel. So make sure you check that out. Make sure you have hit that subscribe button. And I will see you all soon. Drop a like and all that good stuff. Let me know your thoughts on this Manchester City stay humbleness, and I'll see you all soon. Thank you for watching. I'm out.